Welcome to the next episode of Chamber Check-In. Today we've got Alicia Fisher, Prevention Education Supervisor at the Kawartha Sexual Assault Center. Hi, Alicia. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So tell us, are you guys even open during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, so our physical center is not open, but we definitely are open for services and supports. Obviously, my job has gone from over 100 presentations that were scheduled to all social media. So we are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, trying to reach out to clients in a variety of ways. Our clinical services are still open as well, our counseling services. And something that's really great that's happening right now is that there typically is a limited amount of services or counseling appointments that one person can have. But with COVID-19 happening, that has been kind of, swept away. So this is really more so about, how can we continue to give that ongoing support? So whether it's texting our clients, whether it's over the phone conversations or video conversations, there's a variety of ways that we are reaching out and connecting with clients.
Excellent. And has so obviously, like you mentioned before, your workload has changed during this COVID-19. But would you say that people are now interacting with you more than before?
So our crisis calls since mid-March have gone up over 50%. So
Wow.
since the onset of essentially the shutdown of everything, people have really been accessing our support, our resource, our 24-hour call line. And so this is a really difficult time because for people who are involved with some sort of sexual violence, domestic violence going on at the home, going out into a community was their resource, whether it was going to a coffee shop, whether it was going to the hair salon, or maybe even actually going to KSAC or going to the YWCA or a local resource. All of a sudden, those physical places are now taken away. And so clients and survivors in our community are having to reach out to us in secret. And so we have our 24-hour crisis line, which is a call line right now. Our texting line, we just got that launched, but it's not 24 hours just yet. But we know that there's a need because people are texting us at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning looking for support. And the reason they're doing that is because the person, the bear in the home, as I like to refer to it as, is asleep. And so that is the time that they reach out. And you don't want to be on the phone talking to someone at 2 o'clock in the morning because you're going to wake the bear, right? And so, we're getting really close to having that launched, but it's really important right now that we're reaching out as much as we can, and we understand that there is a difficulty with people who don't have access to Wi-Fi, who can't be on their phone because their phone and their devices are being monitored. So we're sending out care packages, grounding resources, like there's coloring pages and tattoos and a variety of kind of like readings that you can do. And so, we're really working hard to reach out to clients in a variety of ways.
Excellent. Yeah, it's really not good that you're so busy. We, people were saying that that was going to be a natural consequence of, unfortunately, of being locked down. So I'm so happy to hear that you're out there, you're working, you're trying to provide resources and support, and obviously we'll include some of those to this post. What else should people know about the Kawartha Assault Center?
Yeah. So, in terms of reaching out and getting that support, we have our 24-hour crisis line. It's a call line that you can call at 1-866-298-7778. During work hours, our web chat supports are available via our website, kawarthasexualassaultcenter.com. And then there's also the texting support currently available during office hours. 705-710-5234. And then our weekend web chats are still happening every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And you can access that through your phone as well. So yes, you need Wi-Fi. So it's kind of like texting, but not. But you can access that through your phone.
Good.
And then in terms of our social media, we have daily posts 7 days a week. There is some sort of video or live stream happening. So on Mondays, we have our check-in with our executive director, Lisa, who kind of gives an overview about what's happening with KSAC, what we see going on in the community, and the supports that we're providing. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you've got me on Facebook and Instagram. We're doing a variety of things, everything from coloring to light stretching to grounding to mindfulness to gentle breathing exercises. It's really a different types of variety of support. I think I did a dance along one
Oh,
day.
cool.
So,
Cool.
you know, it's a really a variety of things. And then in June, we're bringing Yami back for trauma-informed yoga. So we're really excited to do that. That'll be Tuesday evenings via Zoom. Wednesdays, we've got our feminist book club. Fridays, we've got expressive arts with Ale. This is so much fun. We have people reaching out from all over the world. We have people reaching out from the Tasmania, from the
Cool.
Philippines that have been accessing our live streams and our supports. And it's been really amazing to see the healing happening. And we're so lucky to be there. Saturdays, we got our Kids Quarter read along with Rachel. And then Sundays, we have Self-Compassion Sundays with one of our counselors, Diana. So those have been a huge hit. And, you know, our counselors, they feel this too. And, you know, it's with the pandemic going on and still wanting to support clients, it's really frustrating to do this over the phone or to do it through texting. And there's some clients that absolutely love that. There's clients that love the texting, they love the phone support, and they love the video, and that's what works for them. But there's definitely clients who are really wanting that one-on-one in-person support.
Wow, yeah, so lots of resources, excellent work. Keep it up. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for telling our audience about all the things that you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. It's just been it's been a really busy and difficult time, and we support all genders at our center as well, including men. I know there tends to be a misconception out there, but we definitely support men at our center as well. And with a lot of stuff that's been happening in the community, a lot of arrests made surrounding child violations and sexual abuse, we've been having an increase as well in people reaching out because of those stories, because of the men that are perpetrating this or being arrested for this. And people in our community, they know these people. They've been victimized in some sort of way. And so, you know, we're lucky in a way that they see us as a resource. And you don't have to be in crisis to access our supports. We call it a 24-hour crisis line, but you can access our supports wanting advice, wanting to know where to go. How do I respond to a friend that just texted me saying that they're experiencing something not so good in the home? How do I respond? What kind of resources do we provide? And so we can also connect you to community resources as well. Prior to the pandemic, I would always ask our peer supporters on the phone line, you know, what kind of calls are we getting? And generally, it's not crisis. We definitely have those. But the most common calls are what happens if, who do I talk to when, and how do I get involved? And one thing I also want to mention is that with the hospital, there's been a reluctancy, obviously, during this pandemic to go to the hospital. But no, the sexual assault ward is actually in a separate area, and the hospital has been very insistent on keeping those separate and making sure that patients who are impacted by COVID-19 are in a different area and different section of the hospital, and people who've experienced sexual violence, sexual assault are in a different area. So we're working with the police, we're working with the hospital to make sure that we're providing the most well-rounded and supported services during this time, because typically isolation is something that abusers use as a form of power and control, right? Keep them isolated, separate them. And so it's really important that we reach out to our friends during this time, that we know of some local resources, or at least know KSAC, and then we can connect you to all the incredible resources around this region. And so we're super fortunate that our community sees us in this way, and we're continuing to work really hard to support survivors as well as the supporters and upstanders that we have in our community.
Well, Alicia, thank you so much for providing this information.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.